Here we go
Staring at
today.
you, shower. All right, we're good. Live. Well,
We
live.
are broadcasting now.
All right.
We are now live
All right. I guess
from the cosmos.
Topless Topics, Episode-1, right?
Yeah, here it goes.
I mean, yeah, like I've been watching the fucking. I got Hulu because of my Xbox or whatever. Like, there's some kind of special thing through them as like a free month or whatever. But yeah. So I've been watching a lot of Nicolas Cage movies. I don't know why they just been like spamming Nicolas Cage movies. And I seen this fucking movie. It was called Willys Wonderland.
Willys Wonderland.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. Like, are you familiar with Five Nights at Freddy's?
I've never watched. I've heard of it, but yeah,
Like,
sort of.
okay, do you understand the premise of it?
Not necessarily. No.
Okay, so think
I've
about.
never played it that deeply or nothing like that. No.
I've never really played it, but like the kids would my kids would watch video games. It's like horror games for kids, well, like younger kids, not like baby kind of. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah, like
so like my
teens.
kid, yeah, like young teens, kind of, maybe 10, 11. It's not too bad, but it's scary. And it's like whatever, dude. I was playing Resident Evil in fourth grade, so whatever. But so anyway, it's basically like that. So basically, think about like if Chuck E. Cheese and like Freddy Krueger had a baby or something. It's just like nightmare
Made a movie.
animatronics.
Made a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like nightmare animatronics. Well, they're not nightmare though. They're like the animatronics of the place actually kill people. And like if you want to ever check it out or whatever, I really recommend you should, dude. Like the movie is a trip because Nicolas Cage is in it, and he does not say a fucking word.
Like
Like
the entire movie.
through the entire movie, it's mind blowing, but it's so good because so like the animatronics come alive, and they're trying to kill him.
Now, an ad from our sponsors, everybody.
Man, I'm about to be killed by animal robots. I should have got some Robaway. Oh no! Ah! Get yourself some Robaway today. Because like the whole town is like in cahoots with like the devil, basically. They call it like the deal with the devil. Because like Willy's Wonderland was like opened by a serial killer, la 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 la.
All that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like some basically think about like the whole idea with Chucky, how the serial killer fucking put his soul into Chucky's body.
Possessed the doll. The
Same
little
idea.
buddy doll. Yeah.
Same idea. And I get it because it's basically the same idea as Freddy,
Same
the
concept
the
almost,
Five Nights
yeah.
as Freddy's, but they didn't want to get sued, which is a good idea. Like it's more unique, and there's like all
There's
the
a new shift to it. Yeah.
yeah, like all the killers have like all the like killer animatronics, they all have like their own kind of thing because they're all different animals. So there's like a gorilla, an alligator. There's Willie the Weasel, who's like Chuck E. Cheese, basically. He's the head fucking guy.
Like mouse or something.
And
Killer mouse.
yeah, dude, like it's nuts. And it's still like I cannot just stop harking on the fact of Nicolas Cage being completely silent. Like with the exception of like screaming while he's like beating the hell out of these machines and just like going absolute ape shit, he's completely silent. And it's hilarious to a point where it's hilarious. Like there's other people that come into this building, like the Willy's Wonderland.
It's not even like one of those animes where they got the grunts or nothing like that. Or
Not really, no.
like you know how you see some of the animes where they go, you hear all the sword.
Yeah,
and
yeah. No, it's just him
and-
beating the shit out of fucking botch, and like that's it. Like whatever he gets like going, and he's just like, "Ah!" That's basically it. Or like when he's like doing basically, how you would like whenever you're like really fucking fighting, you'd be like, "Ah!" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like basically that. That's it. But like the times that like he should say something to people, his face fucking just pow says it. Doesn't say a word,
says
and
it
it's
without
amazing.
saying it. Yeah.
It is amazing, dude. But like I even told my kids because like what really just sets it off is he's throughout the entire movie he's drinking it's just like a soda or something. It's just called like Punch Pop or some shit. Like I have a hard time seeing the label but it's literally like a fist.
Punch soda.
Yeah, it's like Punch Soda Pop. It's some like super generic shit, but like he's always pounding them. So I'm guessing it's supposed to be like an energy drink or some kind of fucking thing. Because like one thing I noticed is like when he is going like ape nuts and shit, like the
So it's kind of like a Popeye with the spinach thing.
sort
in a
of
sense.
yeah.
Except not necessarily every time showing it. Okay, I
It's
gotta eat my
fucking
spinach to get buffed up
yeah, dude. Like
and
he
rip out.
because like that's one of the points of like where it's just so stupid. It's funny, is like so he goes to this place and under the premise of cleaning it because he has the super nice Camaro at the beginning of the movie, and like that's how you see him. Like he's just driving this badass Camaro. It's
Like
sexy,
fucking
dude.
Knight Rider.
Yeah, and they have it all rigged up in spike strips, and he fucking all his tires are flat. Well, he doesn't have any cash, so he's like, well, you can work it off if you just work the night over here, and they like clean up the fucking Willys Wonderland because they're gonna reopen it, and there's all this
Yeah,
bullshit, and it's just to lure people in there, and then they get trapped in there and killed.
yeah. So he kind of hired him for
Yeah, they hired
a
him.
thought for of a security job, basically.
No, to clean the place up, like literally like clean it. And he literally cleans it to the point where he kills everybody, like kills all the animatronics. I don't want to, obviously, like that's the point of the movie. Like it's fucking, it's to the point where it's so hilarious because he fucking like he continues throughout the movie. He continues cleaning the entire building, so it's fucking hilarious. So he'll sit here just every so often, like get attacked by one of the animatronics, fucking just take them out, and fucking just go right back to cleaning. Like his name in the movie, he's credited as the janitor.
The janitor.
But like, dude, it's fucking like you have to. It's just mind twistingly funny because he just like zero fucks to give, just beats the shit out of these things, goes right back to cleaning.
Don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, and it's just oh my god, it's just so fucking stupid. But like, so anyway, I was watching that, and I was thinking about Bruce Willis. You
Yeah.
heard it's in the news. It's
The
called
other day.
aphasia. It's like a condition where it causes you to forget how to speak, I guess. I did a little bit of research on it whenever I was reading about it because my mom of all people, told me about this. She just comes out. She's like, "Did you know that Bruce Willis stopped acting?" And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I grew up with this motherfucker, man. Like,
Yeah, he's made some awesome films.
oh, dude,
like,
Armageddon, fucking Die
throughout
Hard.
the whole thing. Yeah,
There's one I can't remember the name of it. Oh, I seen it when I was a kid. But there's the Last Boy Scout.
Armageddon was one of his real big.
Yeah, dude, I loved
I
Armageddon.
remember
dude.
seeing
Just
that
like,
actually in the theaters
oh,
and stuff whenever it came out. That was the shit,
back before Ben Affleck got fat. He took fat fleck, man. No, like yeah, it really sucks about. Did you know that Bruce Willis, he has two daughters and they're like 10 and 7 or some shit. They're really really young kids.
That's crazy.
I know, and he's like 70 years old. Like I mean, I feel so bad for them because it's like he's forgetting how to speak at like when his children are really beginning to like
Develop.
yeah develop and like that's really really when you should be kind of bonding with your kids and stuff because they're really learning how to become a person. It's really sad. Like I know he sold off over $65 million of property and various who's I don't fucking know. I kind of glossed over some searches about it. One of the big ones that he sold over like $65 million. I don't know. It's either probably to fund some kind of weird psychotic experimental treatment. I mean, I would if I had that.
I don't
kind of
know.
money.
He was in what was that movie? The Fifth Element.
The Fifth Element, yeah,
that
dude.
was another one,
Oh.
a really awesome one. With,
First time I ever seen Mia Jovovich's boobs.
Yeah.
And dude, the mind twister on that one is Mia Jovovich, or that movie is PG-13, and like her boobs are like shot like kind of like just snippet all throughout it. You see them more in a PG-13 movie, The Fifth Element, than you do in probably the entire Resident Evil series with starring Mia Jovovich. I mean, I honestly like a lot of people like talk shit about the whole Resident Evil stuff. I really like Mia Jovovich. Like it was just a different kind of thing. It wasn't like just remaking the game. It was kind of a more original thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like standalone from the games. It was drawn from the game. Allegedly, the director basically who wrote all of those. I think it's Paul W.S. Anderson or some shit. Yeah, I think that's his name. I don't know, but he's married to her. So supposedly he literally wrote those roles for her. And it's like, that's the one that's kind of baller if he did, because it's like, yo, yeah, my wife's a fucking actress. I'm going to write, I write movies or whatever. I'm going to give my wife a job. Like, that's baller, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thinking about fucking the Resident Evil, that can take me into my last part about reboots and fan service. Because a lot of video game movies and stuff, a lot of this kind of shit nowadays you see is more fan service. Even people are saying, "Oh, Hollywood doesn't even have original ideas anymore because they either reboot shit because fans fucking
Constant, yeah, they want another remake of X-Men or fucking Avengers or
And
fucking,
exactly.
you know,
Batman's
Batman,
constantly
yeah.
getting fucking
Batman
recycled.
or Spider-Man. It's a never-ending process.
What? There's been fucking 3 different actors for Spider-Man now? 4 maybe? Tobey
Yeah,
Maguire,
there's been 3 or 4 now.
that shit, dude. All it is
At
is
least
a cash
3.
grab.
At
All
least
it is a
about
cash
3.
grab, man. It's like, and it's cool because, like, yes, there are some benefits to it. Because one, it's like Star Wars, for a very good example. They kind of like re-kicked off the trilogy after Disney bought out Star Wars because they're trying to make their money back, obviously. Because they paid what, like, I think $1 or $2 billion for the entire Star Wars franchise.
A multi-billion
Like,
dollar.
So they
movie.
basically just restarted the series, the trilogy or whatever. They did it at least in a way that kind of allowed younger audiences to kind of see Star Wars, experience Star Wars for the first time. And it's like, because Star Wars, dude, is such a huge universe. Like, I could go on about that, and that'd be another topless topic. Because Star Wars in itself is a topless fucking topic. Maybe that'd be like one episode milestone fucking nerd out session or something. I don't know.
Star Wars was definitely one of those things that was beyond its time.
There you go. That's something
anybody came.
Whatever platform you're on, fucking.
I remember
the
whenever.
Comments. What do you prefer, Star Trek or Star Wars? I'm more of Star Wars, my guy. So.
I don't know. I definitely, if I had to choose, I never really got into either of them, but I don't know. I would definitely lean more towards the Star Wars. I don't know. I've tried watching Star Trek. It's just not for me.
Yeah, like Star Trek is like
it's like a nerdy office space version of.
Yeah, dude. It's like
it's definitely not as.
It's like
I don't like it.
I understand like the vastness of their universe and all that kind of shit. And
it's
actually,
there's
a lot of stuff that supposedly inspired technology that we use today, like the sliding doors and fucking grocery stores and stuff. Supposedly that idea came from Star Trek. But yeah, honestly, I feel like even Star Trek's kind of a victim of that. I seen an advertisement for it on, I can't remember what platform it's on, but it's Star Trek Picard, which Captain Picard was one of the yeah. So
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Each series of Star Trek follows a different
character,
ship crew.
Yeah.
At least to my understanding, I've never really got that deep into Star Trek.
I don't know. I've watched maybe a few episodes of it, but like I said, I've never dove into it.
Yeah, neither have I. Like I understand enough
about it.
I understand enough about Star Trek to like catch humor, and that's actually one of my things. Is like I understand enough about a lot of things to catch jokes or whatever, or catch understand like the surface. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like I can't sit here.
Definitely.
I can't sit here like somebody makes a joke about microbiology. I might be able to understand it, but it's like you can't sit here and I can't have a conversation about microbiology. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about it.
I know it's like
definitely not my field of operation.
Not giving any discredit to those motherfuckers, man. They do some shit. I think. I don't know what you guys do. Let me know if you're a microbiologist listening to this. Let me know what you do. I have no idea. I can only imagine. Oh, my clone's done. What the hell? Doesn't look anything like me. That's what you get for buying a clone machine from a guy named Backwoods Billy. That's why I don't sing, people.
Loudest magnifying glass.
So, yeah. What's your topless topic? You got
Well, do you want to start with the meat bags?
Yeah, the fucking meat bags for the grinder, man.
Our everlasting grind you into the dirt job force it is these days.
I mean, really, some places that's actually becoming very literal. I mean, you have like the incidents. I think it was in Kansas. I can't remember if it was Kansas, like the state, or Kansas City, Missouri. I don't know why they have a Kansas City, whatever. But yeah, there's literally corporations like Frito-Lay. They are getting dick slapped about that. Motherfuckers, like the factories were literally working people to death. To death, literally. Like you can look it up. Like they're.
Yeah, I seen an article about that. I don't remember exactly where I read it. It was somewhere online. I was scrolling and whatever, it came across on a news one. Yeah, it was like, yeah, they just literally bring another guy in, keep on working while Sally or whatever is having issues, or instead of kind of like some of those concerts that's been going on lately with the same thing of people just keep the concert going on while
like
the medical emergency.
What the fuck was that one guy?
Travis Scott.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on over there, buddy. Like, I don't know. Shit's weird. I've done my own research into it. I'm not gonna like share my opinion on it because I think it's like pending investigations. I don't know the deal about it. I honestly really don't care because I wasn't there. Um, I don't like people that have the same like a first name for like a first last name like that.
Yeah.
They're always sus, dude. They're always sus. Sorry, Travis Scott. Maybe you are a really good guy, and maybe that was just a whole big incident thing that was just an accident. I don't give a shit.
Definitely. In future would not.
Although I will say, if some of the
Handle it in that
allegations are
way.
true of it being like satanic shit, give me a call. I want to know, like, how does that shit work?
Fucked up.
Hey, I'm just curious, man. Topless topics. Topless topics.
It's all the curiosity. Let your mind spawn.
Hey, gourmets.
Anyway, we're falling off the topic there. But anyway, back to the
Meat to the grinder.
Meat to the grinder. Putting these meat bags through the grinder and
Tell me-
beating them to a pulp.
You got
So-
you got a meat grinder story? You know, one of yours when you were being a grinder for the meat or the meat for the grinder.
Oh, many of times. Many of times I was a grinder being the hamburger and the grinder, so to say.
Fucking meat chunks.
Basically,
Sorry.
I worked at several places, some being food, some doing ridiculous things of standing on fryers and while they were 400 degrees and cleaning the hoods above them.
Yo, shout out to the fucking people that do work that shit, man. Like, y'all motherfuckers are underappreciated. Like, motherfuckers are sitting here mocking you, wanting, like, fair pay for what you do, especially for, like, big chain restaurants where they're making billions of dollars a year.
Even some of the
You're a
yeah.
meat to the grinder, baby.
places like I don't want
We
to
salute
necessarily name drop necessarily, but there's several corporations.
It's like, if you're just
fast food
if
that
you're
are
just
like
working
that.
that job for like toy money and shit, fucking by all means, like you do you, player. But it's like if you're trying to earn a living for that,
Yeah, if you're trying to earn a living off of that, and they're having you do
and
these
motherfuckers
ridiculous, jobs while,
and people like look down on you for that kind of shit, dude. Like that's fucked up.
yeah, for trying to stand up for yourself in it.
Not
Yeah,
even
you
that.
look, yeah,
Just like you working a job like that. Oh, look at him working at Burger King. Like fuck you,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
It's like,
always
yo,
always a low grade.
yeah, you were just trying to earn a living, and it's not like you with fucking education and stuff. Like that's all a fucking joke.
Oh yeah,
That's a fucking
that's
joke, dude.
That's a pay me to
Pay for a piece of paper that says you kind of know how to learn
know
about
how to
that.
do it.
That's
And
what it is.
I've even speaking of that same situation in one of those same places I worked and did that same job. Actually had managers or assistant managers that knew less about the whole operation of things, meaning the food, the prep, the ritual, and the ins and outs and everything of the whole operation.
Bro,
They knew less than I did, but had college education.
I'll go on record saying this right now. College, and I've failed out of 4 different colleges to know this, and I failed out of them for other reasons than academic purposes.
Yeah.
But anyway, college only teaches you how to learn how to do something specifically. You know what I mean? So it's like
It teaches you the general idea of what it is, basically.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and I can even apply like doing this, like the
In
topless
many
topics.
ways, it doesn't actually give you a hands-on experience into that.
No, especially because like nowadays a lot of shit's online. Like, how the fuck are you learning how to be a fucking like? Okay, with the exception, there's only one group of like people that I can think off the top of my head that have an exception to this, and that's like people with computer-based jobs. So like programmers. At one point, I was trying to go to school for cybersecurity. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Like that kind of field of
definitely.
learning. How the fuck else would you learn that? I mean, yeah, you can do it in a classroom with computers, but guess where you're doing it?
On a computer again. Once again, you're on that computer there.
Exactly. So that kind of field, that kind of shit, I get.
And
being
some of
online.
those are actually they say the highest paying and things right now, and a lot of it's actually a lot of people want to move to things like that due to
Look at how the world's going.
The remote aspect of it and being able to work from home. And
Exactly.
that's
Yes.
another thing that always killed me being in the meat grinder, is trying to
Have a job where you can do that.
yeah, have a job where you wasn't gone all the time and spending all your time at this their building doing whatever, hula hoop option, whatever crap they wanted you to do, or
That's like,
and you didn't get paid crap, and you had no time to do anything for yourself, or
mm-hmm.
better yet, afford to. Like,
You don't work to live, you live to work.
yeah, yeah, you spend every day 7 8 days a week,
And that's
8 hours a day.
mhm.
Figure 8 hours if you're lucky, you get an 8 hour day, but
That's
some are 12 and 10, 12, 14 hour days. Some people.
mm-hmm. Dude, that's one of my big things. Like most jobs, like I will almost always refuse to do overtime unless you absolutely need me.
They see a
Just
lot of a lot of them are doing things with that with the overtime. They're doing a bad thing about mandatory, and they're
mandatory overtime.
mandatory overtime, and they're doing it every week for weeks on end. While the company is making mass profits,
Yeah,
and the little
and
guys
that's
are
why.
are
That's why.
being beat like ants, carrying giant boulders
Mm-hmm.
into a hose or something that don't fit. You know, they're just like, keep going, and if you don't
People are
jump
literally
to
being
that and do that, then
there's
you get the whip and you get cast out.
there's literally companies that employees are being worked so hard, or they're just in such poor health because they've been having to work. You know what I mean? There's like some kind of reason that they have to work, and they're working still being like in strenuous activities where they just drop dead, and they don't even fucking stop. Yeah,
From exhaustion
they
and
don't even
overwork. Yeah,
stop production or anything. They just expect them to drag the person out, literally drag the person out of the way and continue on. Just put somebody else there. Meat to the grinder.
yep.
It hurts my heart that somebody had to be in a position that they did that. Just trying to work, trying to earn a living. They did not deserve to die that way.
And to be worked that hard. Yeah, nobody should have to work necessarily that hard to have
Especially if they're
a basic idea of life. A basic house, a basic car. Nothing. It don't have to be nothing fancy. Just a basic flat living. A car,
nice
a
and simple.
job, a house of their own. You know, it shouldn't be that hard to work at. You know, a Burger King or whatever it be. A Chuck E. Cheese or whatever you do for that could be a lower class
That
job.
reminds me. That reminds me of an episode of Rick and Morty, and where they they go to get in Rick's spaceship and take off, and his car's dead. His car is dead, and it's a universe that powers his car, and he has
a mini universe
yeah a
inside the
miniverse.
engine.
He and they it's a planet like he has planets of people fucking like doing these. I can't remember what they call like Google flop or some stupid ass thing, and it's basically just like a little fucking stairmaster thing, and they generate power that way, and it gets siphoned off to the the bad energy gets siphoned away to the fucking volcano. That's money. That whole fucking thing is money because he's even like, oh no, they pay each other for it and everything, and Morty makes a comment about it being, he's like, that sounds like slavery with extra steps. And it cycles on because Rick goes into his own universe, and then
It's definitely a manipulation thing. Yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
and
In a sense, it looks like it's all fun and
it's just
doodad.
everyday normal
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
Working a job, paying bills, working a job, paying bills, working
Doing
a
the
job,
dance,
paying
doing the
yeah.
dance. Yeah.
All the while the people that you're working those jobs for are fucking taking vacations, buying mountains, islands,
I'm
going
I'm
to space.
I'm definitely one of those ones that I always said and I always thought that if I ever owned a company myself, I think that say if I take a vacation day and I take a week off, you know, I should try to make it so the whole team gets to take a week off, or everybody gets a week off to, go and spend whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
whether it be just staying at home collecting their paycheck or, they spend it and they go to Hawaii or wherever the hell they choose to go.
Yeah.
It should be like a, you know, you
It's
could
like
even have a company one that, that's free base. It doesn't have to be a group thing necessarily. You could all go somewhere and then meet
sorry
up
about
at
that.
the end
Yeah.
and, like, hey, how was your time in,
Fuck,
Italy or whatever the fuck or Fucktown,
Yeah.
it would be something definitely that was shared instead of just the owner always benefiting. And, I do think the owner, of course, and some of the bigger guys should take a little bigger cut, but it shouldn't be as much as what it is like, a lot of the celebrities and big business tend to take,
Right.
right now it's in a lot of ways it still doesn't matter whether they inflate the wage or they lower the wage or it just it's basically the same situation all over again in a repetitive cycle.
You want to know a fun fact? One of our ancestors, our own personal ancestors, was quoted as saying, like, I'm paraphrasing it more because I can't remember it off the top of my head, but he effectively was saying, like, during the drafting of the Constitution and all the, like, when America was being built, he was saying, he was talking about how the United States could not exist without a class based system of slavery put in place. You can look it up. His name was John Rutledge.
That's fucked up.
Because his brother Edward Rutledge was the one who signed the Declaration of Independence.
I don't know.
How fucking mind blowing is that, dude?
That's fucked up. Fucked up.
Yeah.
I still don't think that that's the way to go about things to have that,
No.
to have any kind of
No.
slave society, whether it be
That's one of my
whether it
biggest
be
issues with working.
a camp, whether it be a camp that's, like a jail that's, openly knowing that you're in jail, or it be an illusionary like what a lot of Americans and a lot of people do today, this illusionary prison.
Yeah,
You have to work this. You have to do this.
Fuck, dude, there's
You
a song.
have to. You have to.
There's a song. I can't remember what it's called. They in the song they say freedom is a state of mind.
Yeah.
And that's true. It's like by like allowing yourself to just kind of shelter down, I guess, or whatever, and just live a normal life. You see that as your freedom to do what you want. And it's like, no, there's so much more. It's like our freedom should be like, we want to go out and fucking go camping in the middle of the fucking woods out here. We shouldn't have to go fucking pay somebody to do that.
Yeah, you used to be able to actually do that. Like,
yeah, a lot
just
of places,
speaking of that,
it's trespassing.
Yeah, just speaking of that, I
Now, word from our sponsors. Hey, y'all want to come camp for free? Just come on down to Camp Mountain. We're not really on a mountain. We're in the woods. We just call it mountain because we got like a mountain of tents. They're all free. You just come on down, get a pop up a tent, man, about a 2,000.
watched. I follow a guy on YouTube or whatever, and this guy and his kid.
What's his name, man?
GenX kid, GenX Talks.
GenX Talks.
Yeah, GenX Talks is their channel.
There you go. Check them out. I guess. I haven't checked them out myself.
Anyway,
you gotta send me some shit, man.
Basically, the video was he had went out with some buddies or whatever, went out in the woods, went camping, and he had got a fine for taking a few sticks. Now, at the one and only place, Stick City, where you can get all the sticks you want.
Any kind.
If you want it, You can even build a stick house.
Live in it.
And you can fuck off with sticks, too.
Fuck them trees.
Take them home. Make a stick dagger.
Stab somebody.
Break it. Burn them.
Hide the evidence.
Do whatever you like with whatever these sticks. Here in Stick City, it's all about the sticks. Out of the woods.
Sticks.
Sticks.
Just like
a-
twigs or,
yeah,
or,
just
or something
just,
to.
Yeah, just a few twigs or something.
Yeah, I'm assuming not
From
like an
a-
entire fucking tree or anything.
Yeah, from a forest or something. You know, just a few sticks for, I don't know if he was doing a project or whatever. I didn't read into it that deep, but however, you know, it just
Sorry, I couldn't help
it
it. I could not help
it
bro.
doesn't make any sense. Like you
That's-
used to be able to go out, and you know, if you
We used to fucking
cutting a whole tree down is excessive. You know,
yeah,
that's
especially dragging it out of the forest. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go take this plant in my fucking front yard.
yeah,
like, no, fuck off.
That's understandable. But as far as going out, you know, collecting a few little sticks or something, a backpack or a bucket of sticks,
Wow.
you know, there should be no harm in moving that or doing that, and you know, doing
That's
that.
fucking nuts, dude.
Same with, you know, going out and camping in these national places or whatever. You shouldn't have to have all this permit stuff. Now another tasty ad from our advertisers.
Hey there, come on up. Ten Mountain. It's a country party all the time. Free camping, free tents, pop up tent 2000. You just come out, free tent, free camping. No permits. You just bring yourself and you can bring a party. Ten Mountain.
Like you
No.
shouldn't have to have a permit to be able to go out and have a camp or whatever, or you know, it shouldn't be so restricted the way it is. And you can't even take a stick out anymore. It's gotten
Here's one.
ridiculous. Like
Here's
having fires, for instance.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you used to be able to go out, have a little night in the camp, in the woods, camp in the woods, have a little fire, and as long as you don't burn down the fucking woods, have excessive, retarded high fires and crazy shit, you know.
Yeah.
You know, just something calm, something chill.
That reminds me of this guy. Sorry, I don't, like cut you off or not. But like talking about like campgrounds and stuff. So down in Tennessee, there's a place. It's called
Stuck on a bad date again?
Yeah,
You should stick it to dating.
maybe.
The all-new sensation that's splintering everybody's brains.
Huh.
Stick dating.
What?
Only available at Stick City. Where you
Man.
get all the sticks you need. And maybe even find love.
I need to head on down to Stick City. Man.
Bell Witch Caves. I think it's like Adams, Tennessee, some place like that. I can't remember the name of it, but it's Bell Witch Caves. They even made like a little bootleg fucking kind of almost like knockoff Blair Witch Project style movie about it. But anyway, yeah, the guy that owns the shit, he has all sorts of stuff. So I met him because I was working. I did a little gig. He did in Halloween. He does haunted trails. And
yeah, those are pretty cool.
yeah, so he, I could use the extra cash. Like, who the fuck can't? Especially around Halloween, dude. It's like I want to get some fire shit, some fire costumes, have a fire, party, whatever, dude.
Whatever it be, yeah.
And it's like, so I fucking
Want to try to have some fun, maybe make a scare, you know? Yeah.
So I have to go. I think it's like 40 or 50 miles to this guy's place to get out there. The first night I get out there, no problem. Get out there, dude, it was fucking fun as shit because it's just out in the woods, and it's just like all throughout the woods. There's like little checkpoints or whatever where there's little fucking costume changes. So you could like you'd run through the woods, you'd like jump out, scare the fuck out of the fuckers, jump back into the woods, just run down
off to another trail.
And it's like
Yeah.
at the time I was in the army, so I was in pretty good shape. I'm fucking just bolting, just fucking doing all sorts of shit. And man, dude, that shit was
Jumping
it was a lot
scares,
of fun.
yeah.
And like the pay wasn't too bad. I think it was like
Yo! Come on down to DMX Dog Care! We'll take care of your dog down here. Take care of them like they family from the street. Oh, oh.
I don't know what that there, but
So
had some like wolf dogs for a minute. I thought
yeah.
dogs going all
Yeah, bud.
shit, and thought somebody had came up to my house or something. So anyway, back on to the topless topics.
Yeah,
Topless topics, everybody. Topless topics.
Yeah, I was
You
doing
got
the
it.
little haunted trail thing there in Bell Bell Cave or Bell Witch Caves or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, Bill. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so this guy, the second night I go out there because it was like a weekend thing. It was like he paid you per weekend. It was like $150. I can't remember how much I got. It was a decent amount of money.
Yeah, for the time.
Except for he
spent, yeah.
shorted me. He fucking shorted me. And because so the second night, that day I went to donate plasma for the first time or sell plasma really because you're getting paid for it.
I used to do that all the time.
And
Yeah.
like because I got referred by my buddy, so I got like a little bonus and a first timer bonus and blah blah blah, all that bullshit. And which that's another thing, dude. That's another fucking meat to the grinder right there, bro. Like plasma centers, like that you're literally selling your blood to them and shit. But anyway,
well, that you can donate another random thing. Not to interrupt, but you can donate blood
Very
and
cool.
it's free. It's free.
yeah, you get like a cookie and some juice or some shit.
You donate blood, but you get paid for plasma.
But yet blood is life saving. That dude, I actually did I helped
I don't understand that. How you get paid for plasma, but you don't get paid for blood.
that is very
I
weird.
never understood that.
It's
either.
because the plasma gets used to manufacture medications like insulin, some other shit.
Yeah. Either
That's why
way,
it gets
the blood,
money gets made off of
the
it.
blood too.
The blood does too, yeah.
Yeah,
But
'cause that
much
goes
more
to
so
blood
the
treatments
plasma
and-
because that's what gets made for that. Blood typically just goes to blood donations and shit like that. So like if we need so many quarts of blood, blah blah, whatever the fuck they say in those in medical, that's
Oh,
that
yeah.
blood. That's where that blood
we need
goes.
3 quarts of O positive.
Like you'll notice, like especially after big tragedies and stuff happen. I hate that shit happens, but you'll notice it then. There's a lot more campaigns and stuff for blood drives. You'll see more bloodmobile things out, which is such a creepy name for them. But anyway, so
Blood bus.
Come on down, right to the Starlord. We have succulent deals on the all-new Blood Bus 500 SPI. Limited edition, only 4 in stock. Come get them before the sun goes down on this year.
my point with that was I spent most of my day doing that, which sucks shit. Because like they were just like dragging their fucking ears on the floor. It was so slow. And anyway, so I got like $50 from that because I needed it for the gas. Because that was one thing the guy did. He only took cash at that haunted trail, but he wouldn't pay us until after we did the whole weekend. And it was like, it's like, bro, like first off, I just drove like 45. I got to drive 80 miles today just to do this, and I'm doing it for the fun. Like, just come on, man. Like I need the gas money,
Yeah, you
So-
would think ideally if you had to drive there every day from wherever, I mean, it would be different if you would be camping.
He didn't give a
there.
fuck. It wasn't his problem. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I finish up with that. I had to hurry up and get home and change, and kind of clean up, because I just fucking donated plasma and all that shit. And I had to change for, is going out to the woods in the night and stuff going to be cold. So I hurry up, get home, change, scarf down some food real quick, get in my
Fly
car,
down there,
and I get on the interstate, and I'm on course to be there on time. I get about, I think, halfway there, fucking huge car crash all over the interstate.
Holy shit.
And I first thing I do is call the guy. I'm like, hey man, I got to reroute. I have no idea where I'm at, so it might take me a few extra minutes. I'll be there a little late probably. And he's like, okay, yeah, no problem. Cool. So I get there. So I fucking, I get there. It's probably about, I would say, being generous, I'm probably about 20 minutes late. That's not too bad, especially
Yeah. That's
no
not-
idea where I'm at and driving around with some shitty fucking Wi-Fi or my phone for GPS.
Yeah, there was just a crack.
Yeah,
Crash,
huge
yeah.
huge crash on the interstate somewhere in
to
Tennessee,
navigate around,
and
somehow get off the highway.
yeah,
get
yeah,
where
dude. I'm
back
like
to-
driving through
yeah.
neighborhoods like backwoods shit. I'm like, dude, I'm probably about to die. How ironic! I'm going to like a fucking like haunted trail, and I'm about to be like in an actual fucking haunted trail, you know. But anyway,
I'm gonna be part of the story here now.
so I get there, okay, and it's dark as fuck out there because by the time I got out there, it was dark.
It was probably
And-
like, yeah,
And I get out there, and as I'm coming up to where I'm supposed to park, there's this huge fucking boulder, just like right on the corner. Like, why? No kind of like reflective paint on it, nothing to even see this bitch. Bam! Hit that bitch. I'm just like, fuck me, dude. And I get over it and stuff, and I get up to the fucking lot, and I get out there. I'm like, hey guys, sorry I'm late. I'm here, fucking yada yada yada. Where you want me? All right, here, got my shit and fucking bolted out there. Well, while I was out there, the fucking guys tell me they're just like, yo, man, your fucking tire just blew. He's like, it was just sitting there, and it was just like, boom, just fucking flat. I'm just like,
fuck,
fucking shit, dude. So anyway, gets to the end of the night. This is what I learned.
popped an egg on it or something after that.
Yeah,
rock,
yeah, I hit that, made a nice big fat goose egg and it hatched, I guess,
Yeah, it must have. Had to have been something.
Got that
with
boom
yeah.
goose. But yeah, so get to the end of the night, and guys going to hand out everybody's money, and he's like, you were the one that was showed up late, right? He's like, yeah. And he asked his nephew or whoever the fuck was like, because he obviously owned the trail and stuff, made the money. His nephew or grandson, I can't remember, but like he was the one who kind of managed everybody because he was more my age, and he was a cool dude. And he's like, what time did he get here? And he's like, I don't know, like 7:20, 20:30. I don't know, it's somewhere around there. And he's all like, okay. He's like, well, I'm only giving him half the pay for tonight. And he's like, come on, man. His tire just blew out. He's like trying to work for me,
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what
And
the fuck?
he just wasn't having it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, too bad. Should have showed up on time. I'm just like, bro. Like, I'm like, what a dick. Well, later, that same guy, later on, a couple of my buddies, like later on, maybe like a year later or something, my buddies go out there to go kayaking, and I don't know the whole detail, but one of my good buddies, he fucking he was pushed to the point where like he was literally screaming death threats at this man. He made him that angry, and like if you met this guy, he's really chill, but like if you get him pissed, like he'll fucking just pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
dude, like he's one of the funniest people I know. Otherwise, like he was like straight up like talking about killing him and his family and stuff about it, But like, don't ever do that kind of stuff. That's not cool. But yeah, it was like all over some like dumb shit too. It wasn't even like a big deal. And he was like talking about like charging him a whole bunch, like some real asshole thing. I can't remember all the details because I wasn't there. So I don't want to like tell you a story I don't know. But it's just like another kind of like thing about this guy just being like a real dick.
That's
But I will
crazy.
tell you, dude, like if you can get into a haunted place, like haunted, they call them haunts, like haunted trails, haunted houses and shit,
Yeah.
and do
yeah.
that shit. A lot of times it is for free, especially like starting out, but it's so much fun. If you love scaring people, find out about a local one at your place, dude, because I promise you, it is so much fun. It's a great way to leave anger, depending on your thing. That's another topless topic, dude. I did another stint at a fucking haunted trail one time. It was right here in town, the Fear Factory. Remember the Fear Factory?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really back in the day. Just after high school, I did it, and I was doing one of their characters, and I ended up breaking their toilet. It was a toilet in like the room and shit. But yeah, dude, I was just like going all ape shit because they wanted me to be like this crazy monster.
We didn't plug the toilet.
Hell
It
yeah.
was overflowing when we came over, yeah.
Yeah, that's a Sketty Boys original parody. We're in the process of working.
I wish I had that on the loop or whatever. You could play that through the loop. Maybe we'll edit that in the loop.
Yeah.
have a quick throwback of that.
Oh man, when I was a meat in the grinder. If you're listening to this and you're a goose, we're just like, what the fuck? So you remember the one song we did, the Wasn't Me parody?
Yeah, by Shaggy.
So
Shaggy.
my
What?
kids, or at least my oldest daughter, she's really into Vocaloid. It's a style of music. It's like that robot-y sounding kind of shit. Yeah,
I've been
and
looking into that, dude,
I
because
want
I
to give
think
her.
I was listening to what is it, 90s last night it was. And you remember how in like some of the 80s and the 90s, some of the like the more R&B slow jams, they had that robotic voice and
Mhm.
for some of the songs, and I've been looking at that. I was like, man, that would be a cool thing,
Yeah.
I used to love some of the songs back in the day that had that real, you know, uh robotic voice or whatever to them. Yeah, like that one for instance. There's that one, and then there was fucking
I got one you might like, dude.
there's all kinds of like
Glitch
I don't
Mob.
know, several different ones where they had a tone like that was robotic-y.
Oh, dude, this one. Like I'm trying to find. Yeah, here we go. This is the Glitch Mob, dude. This one's the one I was looking for. Oh yeah, it is. It's like don't. I can't remember what he says. It's like don't. Some shit like that, dude. Yeah, fucking. Look this shit up and bump it, man. This shit is fire.
Yeah, we got it cranked up full blast there.
But they also have a couple other songs. There's one I really like. It's called Chemicals, and that one it actually has a woman singing, and it's a really good song. She's like talking about getting high and stuff, like but it's more like the chemical connection of love. Actually, I love Rick and Morty, and Rick makes a comment about it with love just being a chemical that the comes on fast and dies off slowly or some shit like that. I can't remember, but yeah, that's basically what the song's about. It's like an embodiment of that phrase, if you will. And it's a good fucking song too. I don't know the girl's voice that sings. I don't know who it is. She's so good. If anybody knows that song, like let me know, please. For real, for real. We're definitely gonna have to link our socials and stuff at the end of this so that people know where to get a hold of us. I guess if they want to talk shit and be like, you guys suck, go ahead, come at me, bro. You can find me wherever I tell you to fuck off. I'll tell you later. Keep listening if you want to
How's
find
that
out.
like?
That's probably just gonna be our comment thread on here. It's just gonna be like, you guys really suck. Seriously though, let us know if you don't like it and what you don't like, so we can improve it. Or you can just talk shit. I'll talk shit back. I'll make a podcast talking shit directly to you. I don't care. I'll do it as best and like.
It's gonna be a topless topic of
Yeah. Why Johnny 595 is a jerk. If anybody's name is Johnny 595, I'm not singling you out. I don't know who you are. I was just random numbers and name. Just for
Who
clarification.
knows?
I mean, if you do want some smoke, we'll find out. Just don't hurt me. I'm just playing around, man. It's all fun and games, man.
It's all
fun and
topless.
games.
It's all topless topics, man. There's no top to the topic, and it's all in good times and just talking about it.
Yeah, dude.
Just
like,
covering the topics, and
It's a rainy day
it's
outside.
okay. It's okay to have a different point of view, whatever your view may be.
whatever
We'd like to hear it.
whatever your topless topic might be, we'll respect it. That's
Yeah,
what
we
do
want
here.
we like that a different point of view and a different perspective, and
Because hey, when you're going for the top, the love don't stop, right? I don't know. That sounds cool.
get it
maybe.
and get it good.
We can put that on a sticker, right? Going for the top, the love don't stop. That sounds like a weird.
Yeah.
But
So some of the games anymore. That's another thing that's another topic. Just thinking about it while we're on the games, just made me think about it. Definitely how much the games and the systems and things have began to cost for a lot of the things, and also how all the games have went to an online based, so you can't necessarily stay at home without Wi-Fi, or someone that
a lot of
may
games
not
are
have,
definitely more online only now.
someone that may not even have Wi-Fi
Mhm.
could actually play these games just in their tent or
And,
in their
like-
car or wherever.
It's like there's a lot of games. Like, don't get me wrong, that like it's more than worth $60 for. Like, I bought Red Dead Redemption 2. That game was I cried. I fucking cried playing that game. It was that good.
See, I always hated
Like, that
having
was
to pay
worth-
that much for a
That was
game.
that was an experience.
Right.
That wasn't a game. It was an experience.
I remember
Check it out.
watching that one a little bit. Yeah.
Like, dude, like it made me cry. Like it just like the story itself. Like, ugh. And like that, I will pay for it because that's like I would pay, like for a good book or maybe I wouldn't. But you know what I mean?
some of them like that game had it seemed a lot to it though.
There is, yeah.
And there was a lot of quests, and it was a long base game, and it also had a story to it.
Yeah,
like it was a good RPG.
Yeah, like there was
sense,
the whole ass story before there was ever even an online for it. Like I played online for like 10 minutes when it first came online. I was like, nope, fuck this. This is like as soon as I started playing, somebody killed me. I was like, nope, I'm good.
Yeah.
I was like, I played for the story. I loved the story. I don't want that.
Yeah, definitely do not want that.
It's funny though because there's other games that like I did play like that, like The Division. I love that game, but I hate that it's only online. Like it's such a good game. Like I love the story. The world is fascinating. I love the lore. The whole 9 yards. I love it. I straight have a fucking tattoo on it. It means a lot to me, but I have the logo tattooed on me. It's for more reasons, but it's more, a person. You know what I mean?
What game?
The Division.
The Division. Yeah.
Yeah. That one's an exclusively online.
Yeah, I seen that that one time you had your Xbox over.
Yeah.
I was gonna play it. I just
The second one's really cool. It's basically like, so the whole world of Division is
like
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're like a secret agent that you
remember,
live
yeah,
amongst your friends, neighbors, family, everything. And like they kind of like when you first start the game, it gives you that kind of story. You know what I mean? Kind of like
the backstory.
We are the Division. Like it talks about we are your neighbors.
We are these. We are the
yeah. We live in plain sight. Kind
of like the Men in Black. Speech,
yeah, kind of. And it's like, dude, I seriously think that kind of shit does exist. Maybe not on that kind of scale.
I definitely, I've always thought in a lot of a way that goes back to the movie thing of a lot of these movies that are portrayed as fictional.
Thank you.
Are,
bump it.
Yeah. They are. A lot
100%.
of them, they are portrayed to be fictional because the actual mentality and mind itself, or whatever, however you want to say it, could not comprehend some of these things.
Nope.
Without seeing it like regularly.
Not.
Like if you were to see a star explode in front of you, or like tomorrow, you probably wouldn't believe it.
If you were to see actual
or an alien,
an actual alien coming down and just being like, "What's up, bitch?" You would fucking like, ah! Most likely, 100%. I probably would like,
or pass out,
yeah,
or pass out, yeah. Just for,
and it's like,
or be frozen.
Mike Tyson, like
Paralysis.
everybody's like, "Oh no, man, no." Mike Tyson says it the absolute best. Every man's got a plan till he gets punched in the mouth, and that's so true because it's like you don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. I don't know what I would do right now if you punched me in the mouth. I know I'd be sad because you're my brother and I love you, but. That's my point, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you never know.
You don't know until you're in a situation that you can actually speak on it. It's like I understand like training for preparing for stuff, but until you're actually there, you don't know. It's it's the flight or freeze. And that's the kind of moments I'm talking about. But and honestly, that you would be put into a moment like that if something that you've seen only portrayed in like fiction or like cartoon drawings or fucking. Somewhere in California, I think it's like Baker, California or some shit. There's a place called like Alien Jerky. And it's like, that's their whole fucking gimmick. Just out in the middle of the desert, there's just fucking, it's this little jerky store. And it's all alien the fucked out. Like the flavors are all alien named and shit. It's expensive as fuck.
It sounds awesome.
But, yeah, it is
definitely
super
sounds awesome.
Cool. Like, me and my family, we seen it, we were, when I was stationed in California. And we were traveling. I can't remember where we were traveling to or from, but we stopped by because I seen signs for it. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go check that out. Because I'm me. Which
we're definitely gonna look it out. Yeah.
The meteor crater. I can't remember what the fuck it's called, but it's just like this big ass meteor crater. So I seen that. I didn't see it, but I went up to it because you have to like pay to see it. I'm like, fuck you, man.
Of course, they're
you didn't even make that bitch.
They gotta make it an attraction, man.
Yeah. I mean,
if they can pinch a buck out of it, you know, they're not going to give it for, you know, of course.
it's like, you know, I've seen the Grand Canyon, and it's cool. It's like, I mean, yeah, what can I do with that? It's not like I can go down there and like, hey, Kyle was here, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, but you know, I got 127 hours. You ever seen that movie? 127 hours. It's a true story.
I've watched
fuck.
a lot of people.
So,
like-
what's his name from? You do on TikTok. You do a voice with it. They hate us because they ain't us.
Yeah, they hate us because they.
I
ain't
can't
us.
remember that. It's
don't
something
remember
Defoe.
the-
I think. I'm pretty sure that no. What the fuck is it? Oh, I'll remember later. It's not Defoe. What the fuck is his name?
I can't.
That's
I
gonna
don't
drive me
remember.
nuts.
Yeah.
I don't want to look it up. I'm lazy. But anyway, yeah, it's him. He plays. It's about a guy. He falls down. He's like riding in the Grand Canyon, I think it was, and he was just
He
by
falls
himself.
down in one of the crevices.
Yeah, he falls down in one of the crevices, and his arm gets pinned, and he's stuck there for 127 hours before he finally just cuts his own arm off and fucking leaves. Like
Climbs the
escapes.
fuck out.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, holy shit! Like, what
Man,
would you do in a situation like that?
That would be pretty
Like
wild.
that is a fucking human will to survive.
Choice. That is your choice.
And that's 100% true because I remember hearing the story in the news in high school because every day my history teacher would start the class with like a daily thing. He's like, "Oh, let's talk about something today, you know, happening right now."
It's weird that it was
Before-
kind of like a choice. Choose to lose your arm or die here.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like
And it was like, "Fuck yeah, dude." Like
it definitely takes you back to that, you know, until you're punched in the mouth.
what do
Or,
you do?
you know, you're stuck in that situation.
Exactly.
You fall in a crevice.
Exactly.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can say...
Dude, I think that should be the name of the episode.
You can say that you're going to stand up every time and you're going to fight it or, you know...
What do you think?
Whatever the case be. Or, you know...
What do you think? That should be the name of the episode right there. What are you going to do? Topless Topic, Episode-1. What are you going to do? I don't know.
What are you going to do?
I mean, what the fuck are we going to name it anyway? Like, we got Topless Topics, but what's the name of the episode? Just
Episode-1. Episode-1.
Episode-1.
We can do it. Episode-1. Episode-1, man. We do it right.
If you're listening to this and you're a goose,